Hi there, this is Dr. Keith Zukas. I'm an assistant professor of journalism in the Department of Communication at the University of Wisconsin-Whitewater. I had the opportunity to pilot the GoReact software at the first summer session this summer. It was a fast-paced 3-week course for a class called Communication 110, Introduction to Public Speaking. And the software worked really well for me, and I really can't actually imagine teaching the course without this software or something similar to it. So I thought I'd make a quick demonstration for people to see if they were considering maybe uh, using the software for a program or department or even university wide. I do know several departments and programs at Whitewater are also experimenting with this software right now. Uh, I'll give a little brief explanation of how it works and talk about some of the reasons why I think it would be really great for adoption. Here I'm at kind of the first landing page from GoReact.com. If you go to GoReact.com, you can find some tutorials and examples and learn more about the software, which is nice. Every person, when you log in, you have your own individual profile. I can have various courses and invite all of my students to these different courses. So if you click up here, we have some current courses, which I just have this demo right now. I'm not teaching any. I could prepare future ones and of course, then look at some past ones as well. So here's the past one that I just finished teaching this summer of Comm110. I can invite students to this course then by simply sending them an email or putting a link into Canvas. Actually, this software integrates perfectly with Canvas. If you go to the GoReact website, you'll find that they do work with Canvas already. So students don't even actually have to go to the GoReact site. If the university or chooses to adopt this software, it can just become a module within Canvas itself. So that's nice. Uh, Additionally, features that I really liked about this is that speeches, presentations, these often are, several minutes long. As you can see here under my individual assignments, this one is 2 to 4 minutes, 4 to 6, 5 to 7. Uh, Uploading these longer speeches or presentations into Canvas really takes quite a bit of time because there's audio and visual that needs to upload. I do have a great broadband connection. However, several times when I had tried in the past to upload videos, sometimes the uploading will time out or there'll be some problems. So I haven't had any of those experiences with the GoReact software. It's all ran very seamlessly, which is nice. Additionally, there's a GoReact app too. Um, Besides that, it can work directly within Canvas. There is also a GoReact app that works on iPads, iPhones, Android phones, and tablets, as well as any kind of PC or laptop. So I know that that really helped me as well as the students because it didn't matter what kind of device they had, they could easily record speeches directly. And right as they were recording, it was automatically being uploaded into the GoReact software. So there wasn't an additional uploading step and worrying about that, that uploading speed and timing out for happening. So that was really convenient. So now I think let's just go through and look through some of these to kind of see some of the features. Let's go to this informative speech here. So you can see here I've got several different speeches. I can see ungraded or graded. Students, of course, can't see that. But we've got several of the speeches here. Looks a bit different here, I think, now since the course is finished. But so you can see, you'll see the first screenshot or preview of the students there on the left. Their name, which everyone can see, how they title their different speeches. Then you can see if they have PowerPoint slides. So what's nice about this too is you're not squinting to see the PowerPoint slides behind the presenter, but the slides are playing alongside the speech, which is really nice. Also, the students can have attachments such as PDFs or of different visual aids that they've created. So again, I'm not trying to see the visual aid that they're holding, though they might be holding that visual aid, but a digital copy of it is there for me to see as well, which was really helpful, especially since this was an online course. Here then I can see all the comments from others, which was really nice. What's great about the GoReact software is that there is the comments that students add for a speech show up in real time, which is nice. Those comments show up and then disappear for the students. So let's just go ahead and take a peek at that. Let's watch this video here. All right, so here is, say, a speech of this student. Again, she's talking about her speech from home, giving an informative speech about this, how to get involved in this very interactive video game. Uh, Here now, I can forward, rewind throughout the speech. I can decide if I want to see comments as they pop up as the speech goes on, and adjust the volume and widen the speech so that I can see the speaker better. I can always see all the comments over here on the right. So if I miss them when they pop up, I can always see them over here and look at them. And they're either timed or added after the fact, which is nice. So that was one way during throughout the speech, if a student is doing well or slips up a little bit, the second that someone starts typing in this comment box, the video pauses. You can type your speech, type your comment, and hit enter, and then the speech will resume, which is really useful. Myself and students, we could also give video, audio feedback. We could upload files, connect to YouTube resources or ideas, our own libraries, and also citations, which is really helpful. Here's a feeling thermometer so that throughout the speech, students can, and myself, we can increase or lower this depending on how well the speech is going. And you can kind of see that here is through the timing. So lots of different things here that you can work on. So here example is a rating, someone gave them a 7. And then here's the rubrics. So I see this and I can look at, okay, how did the students respond to this speech? So what's really nice about these rubrics is all the different options for them. I'll go ahead and go back to the initial screen to show you those. So we'll go here. Let's just look real quick at the edit assignment to show you some of these. So we've got the speech information. I could make this a test. I could not have open peer review. Of course, there's the due date and availability date, the scoring. Here you can see students can have a conference, basically a web conference among several of them. So for this course, students were required to have an audience, and if they could not physically get people to be in the room with them, then they needed to coordinate with other students to be online on this GoReact website at the same time, so that they did have an online audience anyway. And I think that this feature would be really helpful for our students of many different types of courses, whether it's marketing, public relations, public speaking, of course, because we have so much teleconferencing, web conferencing going on these days. So I think that's a really neat tool. Of course, some live review. I could make only one attempt allowed, limit some time as well. And then here's the rubric. So let's go ahead and let's check out this rubric. So there's lots of, I can give a title, some descriptions. I chose for this speech in particular to have students write a textual assessment, so a textual response about how they felt that they did on their speech, as well as who they were assigned to give a peer review for. They used a Likert scale then on how the student used citations. So did they give proper oral citations for evidence for their speech? Also, then a similar scale for how well they utilize their visual aid. And then finally, an overall score. So I think all of these different ways of providing feedback really creates a more dynamic and deeper understanding for how we evaluate speeches, and also gets students to be more understandable. Preparing and presenting a speech takes a lot of work. We can have quick emotional reactions if we don't get a perfect score or a great score. But all of these different things show that there are that we really need to assess a speech in various ways. And there are even more ways to assess it. You could use a 5 point scale here. You could check off items, give certain points, systems for different things that need to be done. So just really lots of neat ways that you can cre- create different types of rubrics. I also have attachments here with more detailed instructions about the speeches themselves, outlines, and then I also have recorded instructions that I provided. So a video recording, kind of a little bit of a lesson that I gave the students, and some an additional textual guideline. So here you see that text, and then I have my video here, which is more of a lesson, as I said. Maybe I talk about how the speech relates to real life, how we might use this in the future, or harken back to the textbook and kind of situate this speech within where we are in the course. So again, I think this is just a really dynamic software. There are lots of great features for it. And I really would encourage us to explore this further and think about how we might utilize this for a particular course or for various courses, and especially, as I said, for online classes, which I think this would be really useful for. So, well, thank you so much for hanging in here during this little brief demo, and definitely give me some feedback if you have any questions or would like to learn more about it. My email, zukask@uww.edu, zukask@uww.edu. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you soon.